and it's 7 o'clock.
Okay. The box cast is still preparing, it looks like. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Let me make sure I'm all settled in here. That's me adjusting my microphone. And we just went live on Facebook with all these shenanigans. Let me make sure that I am recording all the way around, because sometimes I forget to turn that on. Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody who's just tuned in to Pod Brother Nation. I am Stephen E. Kimbrough, a.k.a. the Pod Brother, and this is the Bill Devlin Stand-Up Comedy Hour. And I am so excited to have Bill here. He's been a regular every week, doing it to it. I just inserted, I don't know if you guys can see it, the remote control 180-360 camera that Herb so graciously window shopped for us, and we got that into the mix, so thank you, Herb, for that. And I am very excited about the evolution of this show, because we have been struggling through some technology. Herb has been the man who's, kind of been there every step of the way to help me beta test all this stuff, the technology, the equipment, the live stream, all the digital handshakes. Bill Devlin has been here and sticking with me, being a comedic talent to help me flush out the video feedbacks and the audio feedbacks and all the crazy technical glitches that comes along with that. So I thank you, Bill. And we've been in quarantine in our studio, bringing this all to you live. So there's been a lot of work behind the scenes that goes into a show like this. I know none of you are aware of it, but I'm just letting you know. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into this type of programming. And we are launching a couple things to help support that. One is tippingcomedians.com, which you'll be able to tip Bill Devlin on that website. So if you go to tippingcomedians.com, you're going to see a drop-down menu of comedians' names. I'm on there twice. Once as the Pod Brother, once as Stephen Kimbrough. And then you're going to see Bill Devlin. This show pretty much is about Bill Devlin because it's his comedy hour. And we're very excited to have him in our program. We're very excited to have him on tippingcomedians.com. And what can I say, man? Sometimes the planets line up, brother gets lucky, and you can do some really cool stuff with your friends, which I am able to do. So without any further ado, let's bring the man of the hour onto the stage, Mr. Bill Devlin. How are you, Bill?
Hey! Little cartoony sound effect for you, folks. Great. We got Pabst Blue Ribbon and Jameson here today. That's maybe our sponsors. They don't pay me, but I drink it a lot, all of them. So, why not give them a plug or give it a drink? So, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend Pabst Blue Ribbon, a delightful beer, riding high on that blue ribbon since 1878. Talk about milking it. They won a blue ribbon, one blue ribbon in 1878, and they're still riding proud. One of my favorites. They're going to have a Pabst Blue Ribbon in Irwindale. Yeah, that brewery is going to turn into a Pabst. But what was I going to say? Oh, so news I have is I had a movie come out. It's available on online on Amazon. It's called Leonard Skinner, the true story. It's called Street Survivors. Leonard Skinner. It's the true story of the Leonard Skinner plane crash. And I'm in that movie, folks. So if you've seen it, maybe you saw me. Got a little part in there. And I would highly recommend to see that movie. It was directed by my buddy Jared Cohen, who's also going to be doing a Bruce Willis film as his next film. And hopefully he's still my buddy, and I'll get in on that movie. Bruce Willis. But yeah, so it's a Southern, all of a sudden I got all these Southern parts. Like I was up for the bunch of, like, not hillbilly, not like Dukes of Hazzard, not like, ooh, them Duke boys kind of Southern parts, but you know, I got this one where I'm a Southern gentleman and I get hit on the head with a beer bottle in Leonard Skinner movie. And I was also up to be Colonel Sanders, the next, not here, not in the Colonel Sanders in China. I was going to be. It's still good. Hey, it's still good money. Colonel Sanders in China. I was excited about it. And, you know, the way these things work is you audition and then you get excited, maybe get a call, and then you do and you get a call back. And this thing was all on Skype like this, like on Zoom. So I never met the people in China that were viewing the auditions. And so I was making stuff up, you know, when I put on the thing, I really do look like Colonel Sanders. I could, back here, I'm going to show you guys, because now we're on, I can't do this on stage, but now I could show you me as Colonel Sanders. Hold on. I'm going to zoom in. Can you see that? Yeah, that's me as Colonel Sanders. I do pretty good, right? Hello, folks. While you eat my chicken, it's delicious. It's real different. Real tasty. So I was almost going to be the guy, but it was between me and one other guy. So in the audition, I'm learning some Chinese. I'm making stuff up like if you know hello is ni hao. You can say that. So I come out like Colonel Sanders, and I'm like, well, I hear you folks say ni hao, and in Kentucky, where I'm from, we say howdy. So why don't we all just say ni howdy, and that'll be for us all. And delicious is han hao shu ma. So I'm like, well, han hao shu ma. I don't care how you say it. My chicken is delicious. It's real different. You're gonna really enjoy. What I didn't realize was these jokes are going right over their heads. So I didn't get the part. I was slightly disappointed. The other guy got it, but it was close. Me and one other guy. But and I found out it was because in China they were hearing all this and they're like, why he say ni howdy? Is ni hao? He wrong. He out. Get him out. So, but you know, it was fun. We went to Thailand for that one. That was before all this virus stuff. One thing about the virus is a lot of us have learned that we're really good at being lazy. Have you? I've learned that. I don't know. I've discovered I even have a lazy subconscious. Yeah, because the other night, listen to this. This is how I know my subconscious is lazy. Because the other night I dreamt that I was whacking off. Like, how lazy is it's your imagination. You could be coming up with anything, you know. It could be 10 women, play, whatever. It could be, you know. But no, my imagination, my subconscious is like, oh, tonight we have a sex dream. Let's just, he can just be whacking off. That would be good enough. We'll call it a night. That's, like, I don't know why my subconscious is, what was that? I don't know what that's Russian. He will be, I don't know why. That's my subconscious. But yeah, that's when you have a lazy subconscious mind, folks. It's, but we're learning every week more about the virus, less about the virus. Things are, but there's weird ways. We learn there's wacky ways to get the virus. One of the crazy ones is you can get it. They said the dogs can smell the virus. So they were training dogs to smell the virus. And yeah, that's scary, because now people that have dogs, their dogs will start to sniff them, and they're like, "What is it, boy? What do I got? Do I have the what?" No, it's just, no, I had a sausage in my pocket. That was what it was. I didn't. Good boy. But and then there's crazy ones, like they have discovered that a toilet plume. I've never heard this. It sounds like but a plume from a toilet. Like, I've never heard that. But they're saying that you could get the virus from that. Like, how to get that, you would have to be flushing somebody else's poopy toilet and then taking a big whiff. Like, who's doing that? Like, if you're doing that, you got a few extra problems other than the virus. And then another one they've discovered is that farts can contract the virus from a fart. But that, we know a mask will cover your face and that will protect. So that would mean somebody would have to literally be farting right in your face with no pants on. And then if that's happening in your house, I don't know what the hell. The virus, you don't have to worry about the virus. If that's, and then I was thinking, what lab is conducting these experiments? Like, what lab is doing these studies? Like, who? Like, that's definitely scientists that got the short end of the stick. Is the lab? Like, it's like, all right, Henry, you're in the fart room this week. It's like, damn it, that was in the fart room last week. I don't want to be. No, it's either the golden shower room or the fart room, because Janice has the plume room. So you gotta. But, like, those are the scientists that have the sucky science job. I'll tell you that. They don't come home. They're not proud of it. I don't think, those scientists. There's fart spreading the big. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna have a drink. It brings a whole new meaning to silent but deadly. That's what I'm. Could have been a laughter. There'd be a laughter. If there was a crowd, oh, they'd be laughing. I don't know. I was talking about dogs. The thing about my past is I used to have show dogs. I had actually the #1 show dog in the whole country. And thank you very much. Thank you. If I had an applause thing, I would do that. But I just have this. I have that. But yeah, so I had show dogs, and one of the things about show dogs is you learn that they're when you have a male show dog, their sperm is really valuable. So you can sell it like for $1,500, $2,000 a pop. I don't even know what it goes for these days. But and one day they asked me to go to the vet to have the dog's sperm collected, and I really didn't give it much thought. I just thought there'd be some device. I really didn't think about it. But I get in, I walk in with my dog, and this beautiful veterinarian woman comes in, and she's like, "Hi, I'm gonna do the procedure now." And she snaps on some rubber gloves, takes out some lotion, and gives my dog a hand job. Yeah, that's the procedure. It's a hand job. My dog is getting a hand job, and I'm paying for it. I'm thinking, how do I get in on some of this action? I'm thinking about coming back in a dog suit or something. Like what? And my dog, oh, he was happy. He loved it because she knew what she was doing. He was looking at me like, I'm getting a hand job. That was a rough ride home because he was all happy. He was like, oh, I got a hand job. I'm thinking about her. That's her job. Like that's that lady's job, is to give dogs hand jobs. Like, how does, I just wonder, does her boyfriend get jealous? It's like, does she get like deliveries and it's a bouquet of dog biscuits and like to Janice? Like he gets phone calls in the middle of the night, and it's just like, hello, what? Is it Randerson? Like, what the hell, damn you, Janice? Another call. Dogs are just kind of milling around in her bushes when he comes home. That's it. That's all I got on it. I love dogs. Because dogs do stuff. I'm not gonna say I don't like cats, but I hate cats. I'll put it out there. If you want to send notes, send them to Steven. Do you have cats, Steven?
I do not.
Okay, good.
I am not a cat person.
Okay. Now, anyway, because dogs do things, really. Dogs, like the guard dog, will bark when you get an intruder, or the drug sniffing dog, he'll sit if he smells the drugs, and then you're busted. You find that one out the hard way. You're like, oh, nice dog. No, you're busted, pally. You got something. And then some people don't know this, but the bomb sniffing dogs, what they do is when they've detected a bomb, is they will run and cover their ears. That's how you know they've discovered a bomb. Maybe I learned that from cartoons. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. They'll run and cover their ears. And I was thinking, well, that's the dog's job. This drug dog, that's his job, sniffing the drugs at the airport. And I'm thinking, I wonder, we know there's corrupt people out there. I wonder if there's corrupt drug dogs. Like his handler's like, hey, is there drugs in there, boy? And the dog's like, no, I don't smell that. I don't know. It's like, I'm sure, I think there's drugs in there. And the dog's like, no, I don't. And then that dog, he lives in a big house with French poodles hanging out at the pool. He's living it up. He's living like they drop him off. Whoa, you're looking like you got a pretty nice place there on the drug dog salary there now, don't you? And he's like, I don't know. I got a rich bitch. Rich bitches. I don't know. But it all comes to an end when he gets in his car with his doggy buddy, and just before he turns the key, his buddy runs and covers his ears. It's gonna blow. It's a callback, folks. Delicious Pabst Blue Ribbon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I learned a lot of stuff. I've during the pandemic, I've rewatched a lot of cartoons, and I've realized most of my life has been influenced by cartoons. Most of the things I say, I happen to have the old-timey car. Like somebody gets hit on the head around my house, it sounds like this. That's I love. You guys remember? You remember Droopy the cartoon dog? Little guy. Yeah, he was one of my favorites, and I have my special effect. People don't normally see how we do these special effects, but I'll show you my special effects machine right here. And here we go. We'll do Droopy the cartoon dog. No, what? That? Hello, folks. No, what? That makes me mad. Yeah. Can you hear it, son? I say, yeah, fuck her. I say it's a joke, son. You're built too low to the ground. The jokes are going over your head, boy. I'm Mr. Wagon. Makes me mad. No, what? I'm happy. She's my girl. These are sayings that Droopy would. No, what? I'm gonna pound you in the pussy. That's a, oh, hey. I don't know if he said that. I'm pretty sure he said that. As long as I got the special effects machine out and we're doing impressions, I might as well do. People ask me to do Mr. Magoo, old timey. That's another old timey. By George Waldo, if it isn't old sharp-eyed Magoo, I tell you, where's my glasses? By George, my seaside 300 feet. My. Little Magoo for you. I got a million of them. I'll take any special requests if anybody wants to know. But that's the way we do it, folks, isn't it? In the radio business, we got the special effects pan. It's called the Pan Dandy. And what else do we got here? We got the cuckoo. Oh, That's if somebody goes nuts on a cartoon. You know, read all that one. We got the old. Is that old? I don't know. We're doing the special effects machine. I don't know. I was in all old TV shows too. There would always be quicksand. Whatever happened to quicksand? You remember, like, people would always get killed by stepping in. Like, when I was a kid, I figured I had a good 50% chance of getting killed by stepping in quicksand. You know, we're out and about like, watch out, there could be quicksand. Because in all the movies, Tarzan, TV shows, people were always, Gilligan's Island, people were always stepping in quicksand. Like, back in the old days, you could even just, you could fake your death because you just throw your hat. If you had a hat, you take your hat and you just throw it in the quicksand. And then ditch. You could sneak into the jungle, and then everybody would just think you were dead. Well, no one would check the quicksand. But we like, what was it back then? There was just one director. He was like, all right, we got to get rid of this character. What should we do? How should we? I know. Let's have him in step in quicksand. Yeah. And put a hat on his head because it's more dramatic that way. Because it'd always be the guy with the hat that would step in the quicksand. Because then when they came, it would just be a hat and a bubble. And then, or if he's still in the quicksand, they would run and get a stick. But the stick would always be too short. Never the right stick. It'd be, it's too short. He can't reach. I can't. It's too short. But they'd never get another stick. It'd be like, well, we just got the one stick. That's all we have time for. It's the one stick rule, I guess. You're going to be a goner. And we had plans too. My brother would be like, Billy, if you ever fall in quicksand, just put your arms out and don't struggle. And so, yeah, my plan was just to never wear a hat. And I knew I would be that guy. There's something about hats. I don't know. There was old sayings in the old days. One of my, like, people would say stuff like, they'd even say something good, and if they were mad at you, because that's how nice people used to be. You know, it'd be like, they'd say something like, good day, sir, and then they'd put their hat, good day, I say, and then they'd stomp off. That's like, how would you even explain that? Good day. How would you even explain that one? Like, why, Margaret, I believe Henry's peeved at me. Why, what did he say? Well, he said good day. Well, that sounds quite nice. No, he said good day in such a way as if he wished me to not have a good day at all. like if that was the first guy to say good day in a mean way. Why, he says good day, but it seems like he's peeved. I don't know. I got the old Irish hat out. That's a good thing. Know what? That makes me mad. That was for a friend of mine, Liz. It's her birthday. She requested I do Droopy. Happy birthday out there, Liz. If you're watching.
Happy birthday, Liz.
Happy birthday, we say. We were talking about maybe we should stay on the animals and the jobs. We're talking about animals and jobs. If you think your job is bad, if you've ever been to like Thailand, here's a job. There's people whose job it is to stick their head in an alligator's mouth. That's what they do all day long. They stick their arms and their head in the alligator's mouth just for our wonderment and delight. And it's scary to watch. If you ever saw one of these shows, the alligator show, it's terrifying because you know that one of these times the alligator is going to chomp down, and they do. And if you look on it, there's video on YouTube you can see where the alligators have chomped down and done the death roll, and sometimes the guy survives, sometimes he doesn't, but that's their job. That's the risk they take for 60 baht a week or whatever it is they're making. And then also in Thailand, there's a show, Boy versus Snake, just called The Snake Show. But when you get in there, it's like 12-year-old kids, maybe not even, maybe 10, I don't know, but they're wrestling with poisonous snakes. And it's sometimes the boy wins, sometimes the snake wins. That's all I'm saying, because there's a room with a bunch of boys and a room with a bunch of snakes, and whoever loses, the other one comes out. That's the boy. That's a terrifying show. Too, you'd think people would boycott it, but don't write me letters. Write Steven or Herb the letters, because they're the ones running this show. I'm just the messenger. I don't know. But another animal that people think is cute are monkeys. People seem to think for some reason monkeys are cute, even though we've seen Planet of the Apes, we've seen, horrifying. Monkeys are terrifying animals. Is what monkeys. I've been to Thailand, and there's monkeys running around. I mean, there's videos of the monkeys are going crazy. There's recently one where a hospital in India. Have you seen that video? You got to look that one up. There's monkeys. This is recent. The monkeys are coming in the windows in the hospital, and they're messing with the patients. They're stealing their food, and spreading monkey disease all over the place. But the monkeys are literally terrorizing this hospital in India, and the Indian guys are like, "We cannot get rid of them. We do not know how to shut the windows, close the window." I'm serious. There's a whole news story, and they're like, "We do not know how to stop these monkeys. We cannot do it. We can." I don't know. I don't want to make fun of Indian people, but why do they shake their head like like? How does an Indian guy get a haircut? Well, I'm telling you, and stop moving. I don't know. All right. But no, there's monkeys taking over a hospital in India, and in Thailand, they're everywhere, and they're trained to steal stuff. Like people like, oh, look at the cute monkey. And then he steals your phone and your wallet, and he runs off. And then he gives it to the guy gives him a banana. And then there's also another video you guys can watch where a monkey pulls up on a scooter. He's riding a little monkey-sized scooter, and he comes up and he comes up to a baby, jumps off the scooter, and tries to kidnap the baby. A kidnapping monkey. I mean, it's crazy stuff. Monkeys are smart. I mean, he didn't get away with it, but what was that ransom note? Like, give us a dozen bananas and a bag of cheeseburgers if you want to see the kid again. That's the ransom note. Signed the monkey. But I learned when I was a kid that monkeys are terrifying, because I was a little kid and my sister's boyfriend had a monkey, and I'm like, oh, look at the cute monkey, I want to play with him. And they're like, no, don't play with the monkey, because if you get near the monkey will eat your face, Billy. I'm like, what? Yeah, and it's confirmed. That's what monkeys do. They eat your face. That's not cute. Anyway, and people say, oh, look at the adorable monkey. No, he's not adorable. You're an idiot. They're terrifying, hairy gangsters is what they are. But so here's my monkey story. I was in Thailand, and I was staying at the River Kwai, the famous one. You may have heard about it. And I was staying in a bamboo hut on the river, and floating on a bamboo raft. It wasn't floating down the river, but it was just floating on the river. And I watched this monkey one morning, and he steals some popcorn out of a lady's bag, and then he runs up under the roof, and then he's eating the popcorn. And so I immediately think, oh, what an adorable monkey. This is so cute. I'll take a picture of the adorable monkey. And then just as I'm taking the picture, I realize I'm one of the idiots. Now I'm interacting with a monkey. It's everything you should not do, but it was too late. And I snap the picture, the flash goes off, scares the monkey drops the popcorn, and then he looks at me, and then I look at him, and we lock eyes, and that's the first thing you learn about wild animals. Never lock eyes with a wild animal, because what that means in the animal kingdom is it's on. And the monkey knew it, and I knew it, and the monkey comes swinging at me. He's like, oh, it's on, sucker. And he comes swinging at me. And I did what any man would do. I ran, screaming like a girl. I took off running. And then I realized I have nowhere to go. I'm on a floating raft. there's me in the River Kwai and a monkey coming at me full blast to eat my face. So then I remember I'll jump in the river because I remember the monkeys won't jump in the river. And I'm just about to jump. And then I realized I remembered the monkeys won't jump in the river because the river is full of poisonous snakes and crocodiles and elephant poop. So now we gotta have to make a decision, which is more scary. My decision was if the monkey gets close enough to me, I'll take my chances with the alligators and the poisonous snakes. But just as the monkey came running right up to me, all of a sudden, whap, he gets conked on the head with a broom. I can do the sound effects for you if I got the right. Oh, that's not the right sound effect. That was not the. This was the sound of the monkey getting hit on the head with the broom. That's the sound. And the monkey runs up onto the roof of the hut, and it's my wife with a broom, and she's whacking him with the monkey and screaming at the monkey. And so the monkey runs away, he runs off into the jungle, and my wife saved the day. And I think that would be the end of it. But the next morning I wake up in the hut, and all it is a little hut. It's just a bed, a fan, maybe a light. That's it. And anyway, I'm laying there listening to the serene yet terrifying sounds of the jungle, and I look out the window, and there's the monkey. And he's hanging from a tree, and he's looking at me, and now I'm looking at him again, and he's like, oh, now. And the monkey's going like this, like it seems like a normal monkey thing to do, like with his hand like this, but I know he's going, I know where you live, Devlin. I know where you live now, little Devlin. And then he looks at me, and then he leaves, right? And I mean, okay, the monkey knows where I live. And I run and I try to shut the windows of the bamboo hut, and I realize there are no windows in a bamboo hut. It's just an open thing. And then the monkey comes back, only he's got friends. Yeah, he brings his gangster friends. Like, he could have done it. I'm terrified enough. But the monkey brings his pals, and his gangster pals. Like, I'm pretty sure one of them was wearing a little hat, and another one was smoking a cigar. I'm not sure, but I'm terrified, and I'm like, I have nothing. I'm in a bamboo hut. Monkeys break bamboo for a living. That's what they do. They smash. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? And then, just as I'm about to panic, one of the monkeys hanging from a tree. One of the crocodiles. This happened. One of the crocodiles jumps and snaps at one of the monkeys. He missed, but that scared the crap out of the monkeys. And then I go like this. I point to the alligator, and I'm like, to the monkey, see, I have pals, monkey. I have pals. And the monkeys bought it, and they just shook their heads, and then they went off into the all mad. They're like, we might be back, but that terrified the monkeys. And that was the end of it because I got out of there. I didn't another night in the River Kwai after the monkey. But what's the moral of that story? It doesn't have to be a moral. Watch out. Well, if it was Commander McGrag, there's another old-timey cartoon, he'd be like, why did I ever tell you about the time I was attacked by wild monkeys in the jungle? And at the end of that, he'd be like, the other guy would be like, why, what an amazing tale, Commander. What a hairy tale. And he'd be like, quiet. That's how it would end. It was Commander McGrag. You'd have to go way back to know who that is, Commander McBride. But anywho, has it been an hour yet? Not quite. Oh, I know. I have a time-telling device on my watch, but folks, feel free to text or write, or if you have any special requests, you can ask Herb anything. He might send you a sandwich or something. But in Thailand, my wife, there's a town in Thailand. My wife's from Thailand, by the way. I mentioned that. But and there's a town that we drive through near her hometown. And it's called Ding Dang, Thailand. And yeah, you can't say anything about that town without sounding like an old Southern guy trying not to swear. Like, I was driving my car to the Ding Dang market when I got pulled over by the Ding Dang police. They gave me a ding dang ticket. I had to go to the ding dang court. The ding dang judge gave me a ding dang fine. Can't do nothing in this ding dang town. Ding dang it. My wife hates that ding dang joke. I hope she didn't hear me saying it, because you might come and stab me in the ding dang. Well, we're lucky the virus didn't come from there, or maybe it would have been more fun, because if it came from there, then it would be the ding dang virus. You get the ding dang virus instead of the. Anyway, I like the way I'm trailing off on the end of all my jokes today. That's hey, because there's no laughter, so what am I going to do? We're going to trail off at the end is what happens. But we had, I'm trying to, I was talking, okay, I mentioned my wife. We'll talk about her a little bit. So she's Asian. My wife is Asian. So is her family. One thing I found about Asian people is a lot of Asian people are afraid of the sun. Yeah, they fear it. I mean, if you see it, like you see, that's why Asian people have the umbrellas. And so if I hang around with my Asian family outside, like they'll all just hover around in my shade. Like if I move, the whole family moves at the same time with me. Like if I move too fast, they're like, sun. Like my wife loves it. She loves a gloomy day. She'll look out the window. She's like, oh, it's nice out today. I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, rain and gloomy. Like, really? That's the way she likes it. But anyway, anywho, this is a whack. Sometimes this gets wacky doing these shows in front of your computer with nobody around. You're not nobody, and Herb, you're somebody, but it's just. But we're having fun. Hopefully, people are out there watching and. The show. But my wife, we do things for our wives. We'll like my wife loves Groupons, for example. She loves Groupons, and a lot of times it's like a nice dinner, or a massage or something. And one time she's like, oh, I got a Groupon for a spa, let's go, Beverly Hills. I'm like, all right. So we hop in the car and we drive to this building in Beverly Hills, and she gets checked in by the lady, and they come and get her and bring her into a room, and then the receptionist is just like, come with me, Mr. Devlin. And so we go into this room, and I get in the room, and it's just like a bed and some machinery. There's no hot tub, that's what I think of when I think of a spa, is something like this. I think it's maybe a massage or something. So, but she's like, okay, Mr. Devlin, well, take off your pants and hop up on that bed. This is a weird spa, so, but I do it because I'm a guy and I want to find out what happens, so I jump up on the bed, and then she wheels this big machine over me with hoses coming out of it. And I'm starting to look pretty freaked out. And she's like, oh, Mr. Devlin, didn't your wife tell you what this was? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, you're about to find out. And she takes one of the hoses and sticks it in my ass. Yeah, I find out that she said it was a spa because she couldn't say hydrocolon therapy. Yeah, that's. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. I didn't hear about. I found out the hard way what hydrocolon therapy is when the guy got a tube shoved in my ass. And what they do is then they pump you with water. They fill you up with water, and it's hot water, and then somehow it circulates through your intestines and clears it out, and then comes out another tube, and that's the cleansing of the and Listen, this is a Groupon. Like most people are having a nice dinner. Oh, the creme brulee is delicious. No, I'm in a place with a tube in my ass. You know, and it got worse too because the hose going back out was like, for some reason, going right over my shoulder, and it was a clear tube. I'm not kidding. It's a clear tube. And the woman starts pointing stuff out. Like, oh, look at that, Mr. Devlin. And stuff is going by. And I'm like, what the hell? And then loose changes rattling through the tube and, bubble gum from when I was 10 years old. I'm like, it is true. Jimmy was right. It's like, it's car keys. It was like, and then she's like, I'm going to pump you with water again. It was just crazy. It was like, it was disgusting. It was and a little bit titillating, I gotta say. A little, like, mostly disgusting. Like, come on, people are having a massage or a piece of cake or some cheesecake. I'm sitting there with a tube in my ass. This is Groupon, folks. You gotta watch out. This was a coupon, is what it was. There we go. Now we got a punchline. All right. My wife loves to go along with me to play. She loves to tag along. She tags along to the doctor's office with me, and that seemed fine. What I found is doctors have questions, normally easy to answer questions, like, Mr. Devlin, do you exercise? My answer is yes. Yes, I do. But my wife is there, and she's there to say, oh, no, he don't. Oh, no, he pay every month for LA Fitness and he never go. He lazy and he wastes the money. And the doctor's like, all right, lazy, waste the money. Because the doctor has to take notes on all this stuff now. He's like, okay, well, how about diet? Do you eat right? Yes, I eat very healthy. I eat at home and then she's like, oh, he eats at home, but I know he go out. He go to In-N-Out Burger. He eat. I found a French fry in between the seat. I find a receipt for Taco Bell in the glove box. He eat fat. He eat bad fat. And so the doctor's like, all right. Eats fat. Okay. How about smoking, Mr. Devlin? Do you smoke? Now that one's easy for me, because I've never smoked in my life, never smoked a cigarette. And so I'm very proud of it. I expected maybe applause or something at the doctor's office. But no, what do I get? I get, oh, he don't smoke cigarettes, but he like to smoke a cigar. He smoke a big cigar. He loved to smoke. Oh, and doctor, he smoked pot. He loved to smoke pot. He get stoned. He smoke a joint. He eat a bowl of cereal and watch the cartoon. He probably high right now. He probably smoke a blunt in the lobby. The doctor's like, all right. Smokes pot. Okay. How about drinking, Mr. Devlin? Now, if any of you drink, you know you can't ever answer those questions. Like, honestly, at the doctor's office, it would blow their minds if you told them how much you drink. Well, at least with me, I guess I'm the guy with 26 bottles of Jameson behind him. But needless to say, you can't say, because what are the questions? How many drinks do you have in a week? And it's like 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 6 to 10. Like 10 drinks is the most they can imagine anybody having in a whole week. You know, it's like, I'm like, okay, if we're talking by the hour here, I can pick a no or not by the week. Okay, all right. So it's by the week. So you gotta lie, and I pick. Okay, I'll pick the middle one, so it doesn't sound like I'm lying. What is it? 4 to 6 drinks a week sounds about right. Yeah. And then I get, oh no, he Irish. Oh, he loved to drink. Oh, he take a bottle of Jameson and he gug it down. Oh yeah, he gug, he drink. Oh, he loved to drink. Oh, he get drunk. Oh, he get naked and run around in the backyard. I don't know what he doing out there. So the doctor's like, okay, drinks a little too much. He's like, okay, look, here's what I want to happen. I want you to watch your diet, and the pot smoking, and lower your drinking intake. And I'd like to see your wife back here in 8 weeks to find out how you're doing. All right. And that really happened, folks. All these are pretty much true stories. Pretty much true stories. I've been watching a lot of movies. My wife loves Liam Neeson, so we watch every Liam Neeson movie there is out there. And he's great, Liam. I love him, man. He's like, oh, hey, I should use the pot and try to do a Liam Neeson. I've got a certain set of skills. I will find you, and I will kill you. And then he does. He kills everybody. Like in the Taken movie, he kills everybody in the whole movie. Like the credits are rolling, and he's still killing. He's killing the grips and the gaffers and the sound guys. He's breaking his neck. He's killing everybody in sight in that movie. It's like, I don't know how they made more than one of those movies because everybody was dead in the first one. And quit messing with his family. Who's dumb enough to mess with Liam Neeson's family, for God's sake? But he kills everybody. And then there's the movie that he's in that a lot of people didn't see, which was, what was it? It was, oh, great. I'm going to have a drink while I think of what the movie was. It's the board game. You got to help me out, Stephen. It's a Battleship. Jesus Christ!
There's like 1,000 board games, so I'm like, which one are you going for?
Board game. Well, with Liam Neeson. Battleship.
Battleship.
There was a movie based. Yeah, this gets kind of crazy, right? A movie based on a board game. Like most movies are, and Liam Neeson in that movie, he was like. I've got a certain set of skills, and I will sink your battleship, G4. But a movie based on what's next? A movie based on a breakfast cereal? I'm gonna keep using this. Coming this fall, it's Liam Neeson in Lucky Charms, the movie. Always after me, Lucky Charms. Oh, leprechaun. I've got a certain set of skills. I will find you, and I will get your Lucky Charms, your yellow moons, pink hearts, green clovers, and I'll shove them up your ass so far you'll have rainbows shooting out your eyeballs.
I want to see that movie.
I would watch that movie.
While I'm eating a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Hey, that hot sound effect is. I hope it's. Anyway, that's the secret. You got to have a pot. You want to do sound effects. I don't know. If there's any other requests, folks, we'll take them. Any requests streaming in? What else was I going to tell you guys about? Oh, and my wife too. We were in Vegas just before the pandemic. And she loves buffets. She loves a good buffet. And, and so we went to this all-you-can-eat sushi place. And they had a rule there, because they figure this stuff out, is you can eat all the sushi you want, but you have to eat the rice. And there's one thing that my wife doesn't want to do. She doesn't want to eat the rice with her sushi. So she was picking all the rice out and making these giant rice balls. And eating the sushi, and then when she had a big enough rice ball, she'd hand it to me, and I would sneak it into my pocket, and then pretty soon my pockets are full of rice balls, and she's still eating sushi, and so I had to sneak out into the parking lot, and then I remember that movie Shawshank Redemption or whatever, where they were releasing the stuff out of their pockets, the sand, and some walking around the parking lot releasing rice out of my pocket so nobody would notice. And birds are found. People are like, why are the pigeons attacking that man? Why are they? Birds are foul hovering around, but I did it. The things we do for our wives, but we got away with it. It's why am I always doing something? I feel like I got to get away with it. The sushi place. And so hang on, hold on, folks. And we don't have any kids yet, but I'm saying yet. But we stopped trying. We stopped not trying, I guess, so went off all forms of birth control and said, hey, if it happens, it happens, Started out like that, very relaxed. And then pretty soon it's like, it's not happening. And then it's like, it's not happening. It must be your fault. It's you. My wife, literally, she's like, oh, your sperm are too drunk. You don't know where it's going. It's swimming the wrong way. You're like, so I have to get tested. So we go and so insurance doesn't cover that kind of stuff, at least my insurance. I think a lot of insurance doesn't cover that kind of, you have to have a special clause. But anyway, insurance, so my wife, to save money, finds a woman. I don't know how she runs it. She runs into a woman that owns the lab where they test this sperm. So she's like, okay, so you're going to just go there. So we go to the lab. I show up at the lab. And we're like, hey, we got an appointment. It's unusual, but we're going to do the thing right here and give you the, they weren't as bad. I thought it was a little strange, but she's like, okay, that's fine. We knew you were coming, and they give me the cup. It wasn't the size of a can of beer. It wasn't that big. I'm not. Hey, it wasn't. But now I can't drink this beer now that I've symbolized it as a can of sperm. That would just be the way the mind works. But so she gives me the cup, and I'm thinking, because I don't know if you somewhere, but I've always heard stories like of a guy, like he said, oh yeah, I went to this place, and oh yeah, they put you in this room, and there's cushions, and there's movies playing, and magazines, and posters up, and a hooker horse in the corner, and it's everything you need to get the job done. And in this place, they're like, here you go. Problem is, we don't have any place for you to do this. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? They literally didn't. They put me in a janitor's closet. Yeah, I go in. So I go into this janitor's closet, and it's dark in there, and the door doesn't even lock. Like if somebody opened the door, just be some creepy guy in there whacking off to ShamWow. They'd be like, it'd be weirder if somebody opened the door and then they just like, oh well, it's Ralph again, I guess. It happens all the time.
What are you doing in there?
Yes, but I'm in there, and then I realize, okay, I got to get this job done. My eyes are starting to come into focus. I start to see stuff in the room, and I'm like, oh, like a mop. I'm like, oh, you dirty mop, you filthy mop, you. That doesn't. And then I see some rags. I'm like, oh, you dirty rags, you. Oh, you. Yeah. And no rags. And then I see Mr. Clean. I'm like, no, that's a different show. That's a whole. Mr. It's a different show. So no, and then my eyes, I see a picture on the wall. It's a woman. It's a picture of a woman. And so I'm like, okay, this might work. And just before I finish, I see that on the picture it's inscribed. It says Doris, Employee of the Month. She's Employee of the Month because she can get the job done. That's what I'm telling you. It's yeah, so anyway, it all checked out fine. I had a crazy Russian doctor at that time. The Russian doctor actually was just like, oh, just drink some vodka, everything. Because my wife's like, see, he drank too much. It's like, oh no, drink is good. He should drink. I'm like, aha, see, doctor says drink vodka. But so things didn't happen for a while, and then we decide, okay, she's getting a little older. Well, I'll tell you what happened. She was at the doctor's office without me, and the doctor was trying to tell her that she's 40 and that if she wants to have a kid, she's got to have it right away. But she didn't know. She wasn't quite sure. So she comes home to me and says, the doctor says I have something, and I have to take care of it right away. And I'm like, oh my God, what is it? What could it be? And I'm really worried. And I call the doctor's office and I find out that's what the doctor's trying to tell her. Like, you don't have to say it like make a panic out of it. But it kind of did. So now she's like, we got to do this. And so we decided to check. I was going to check my sperm at home myself. There's this thing at CVS called a sperm check. Yeah, that sounds like something you'd get before you went into a hotel room, you know, like a sperm check, like beep, 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 gotta run the sperm check, beep, beep, you know, it's beep, beep, it's on the ceiling, it's everywhere. You wouldn't, I don't think you'd want to run a sperm check in a hotel. But anyway, we go to Thailand and we do a test, and it's basically, well, it's a procedure basically where they, here's how it goes. It's basically done with a turkey baster, I guess. I don't know is the best way I can describe it. And what they do is, okay, if my sperm is too drunk to find the egg, basically what they do is they put my sperm in an Uber and give it a drunken ride right to the egg and let it out, and then it should be able to find its way right in there, right? That's the procedure. And that didn't happen. So we're like, what the, that's not. So then they're like, I don't know, your sperm like went into the wrong house. I don't know what happened. And they're like, well, you're a little older, she's a little older, maybe it's not going to happen. So we're like, all right, we'll basically just kind of forget about it. And then we went to Vegas again, had a blast. And then a little bit after that, she's like, oh, I feel like sick to my stomach and my boobs feel tight and I missed my period. I'm like, hey, we better get a test. So I went right, sticking with the theme of saving money, I went right to the 99-cent store and got a test and brought it back. And immediately, boom, showed she's pregnant. I'm like, really? I'm like, but this came from 99-cent store. I can't trust this test. So we go to, I went to CVS and got a real test, and yeah, it turns out she's pregnant, and right now she's 7 weeks pregnant, folks. So now I'm drinking for 2. That's why all the booze in the back. So yeah, we're gonna have a little kid, and I'm not kidding, honest to God. Did I tell you what our son's name's gonna be? Jameson. It's a good Irish name. That's for real. It's a good, and I don't know. It's not. Maybe it has something to do with the liquor, but not really. It's a great. Jameson Devlin is a good, strong Irish name, I think. So that's the story, folks.
Well, you got 2 minutes, Bill. How you want to close this? Where can we find you?
2 minutes. Well, you can find me at BillDevlin.com. And I'm going to be doing a thing tomorrow night, right, with you?
Yeah. Yep. That's going to be a stand-up writer's material lab where we each get 10 minutes of material, and then we get 10 minutes to critique our material from other comics. And we can...
Are other people watching it, or that's just a
No, that's a private thing. Nobody gets to watch that because we are labbing. We're workshopping new stuff.
Oh, I see. So don't watch the private thing.
Yes,
go to BillDevlin.com. You can, I have cell phone flasks. There's some fun gifts that I'm giving away. Obviously, because of the virus, there's no show, so everything's online. And
also, we got you on tippingcomedians.com. So if anybody wants to tip you,
tippingcomedians.com, you could throw a tip my way. That'd be handy. That'd be great. I appreciate it. I always say when we do the shows, you can't do a show without a live audience. But we are doing it without the live audience. But really, it's the people that's what drives us. That's why we do what we do, right, Stephen?
Exactly. And we have fun doing it. This is actually a way for us to train and stay sharp, stay tight. So when the shows open back up, we're not like all rusty trying to get back into the mix. So this allows us to stay sharp, stay funny, keep our timing, stay relative. And then when everything opens back up.
I appreciate people watching the show, and I'm working on some new stuff that you've heard, and then I throw out some old stuff too, and an old and then an old-timey cartoon voice.
Nice.
I've had a blast. So you've got an 8 o'clock show coming up. So